This is a high-end computer case called the Defiant R3. It is about 4 or 5 times more expensive than the economy case that we saw earlier. The onus is placed on soundproofing and ventilation. The improvements are airflow with additional fans, improved noise-absorbing material, larger hole in the motherboard plate for mounting CPU coolers, improved cable routing possibilities, and also it has a scratch-resistant coating. The first thing we shall notice when we open the front panel is the door is lined with noise-proofing material. We can find 2 5¼ spare bays which can be accessed by removing the blanking plates which are held in position by plastic latches. Behind these 2 doors you will find facilities for 2 cooling fans. The standard case is fitted with one as shown. Both of these fans contain a dust filter that can be removed and washed in warm soapy water. To aid cooling, these are intake vents each side of the case. On the top we can find 2 jack sockets for the audio and microphone. The centre button is the power button, followed by 2 USB ports and an external SATA port. Here we can also find the power LED. On the side panel, a further vent to aid cooling, or once again a cooling fan can be fitted. Further vents can be seen here on the top of the case, and if the occasion arises 2 further fans can also be fitted. On the back we can find the usual facilities for the motherboard expansion ports. Here we can see 2 holes that can be used for water cooling heat sinks, and a further cooling fan is fitted. These high-end computer cases do not normally have power supplies fitted, thus enabling the engineer to customize the system even further. Under the case you will find a further filter that is used to prevent the build-up of dust in the power supply. Once again, this can be removed for cleaning purposes. The case's feet are fitted with rubber to prevent scratching to surfaces and reduce the noise level on certain types of floors. Here we have even more facilities to incorporate a further intake fan. Removing the side panel we can see more soundproofing material. The other panel is the same, but a section can be removed should the need for cooling arise. This case can support 7 3.5-inch devices. Each one is fitted to a quick release cradle. As with most new cases, you will find a section of screws and fittings, along with a workshop manual. Here we have an internal cooling fan. And on the inside, further soundproofing material lining the top of the case. The power supply sits on 4 rubber feet and against a rubber seal, once again to reduce the noise factor. This is a filter for the additional internal fan if it is fitted. To reduce the air restriction, this case is fitted with routing holes, allowing cables and wires to be routed away from the motherboard to increase the airflow. This hole allows larger heat sinks to be used. And of course 2 spare 5¼ bays. Here we have the cables that are attached to the front panel, switches and LEDs. And finally, further routing holes.